drum tuning. Okay, so this is quite unusual maybe to have this so early in the course before we've even played any real drums. But I think just gaining a quick basic understanding of drum tuning is a really good idea. The actual process of it we will go into more detail later, but I'm just going to run you through the idea of what it is basically. So this is a snare drum, and we've got the top head here and the bottom head here, and as I said earlier, a snare drum has these strands on it, which makes it a snare drum basically. So on every drum we have these screws into the lugs. Now obviously as we screw, we have on this drum there is 8, some drums we have 6, some drums we have 10 or 12, but basically it's the tension. You're pulling a drum head here across the bearing edge, which when you take the head off, there is the edge of the drum and there's a bearing head. So we're pulling the skin over the head, and obviously as we tension these screws at each lug, if we tension it more, the more tension we give it, the higher pitch essentially that drum head is going to be. And then we've got the resonant head or the bottom head, and how these interplay with each other, and different heads that we use. So obviously if we're tighter on the bottom head than we are on the top head, the ringing is going to be less. There's going to be less resonance. Or if we leave it loose, resonance is going to carry on. And then the top head, we're going to be able to get more different tones, different registers. So as I say, we'll go into drum tuning in more detail, but it's just initially just getting the idea of thinking about drum tuning and having a go. Now it can be quite tricky sometimes, but the main thing with it is just to, a lot of drum tuning is personal and how you like things to sound. I get that when you first start as a beginner, it's not going to be something that you're going to want to jump into, but just being aware of it I think is really important, because having good sounding drums can actually make learning drums so much easier. If you've got something that's sounding horrible, it's going to be so much more difficult to play. So as I say, in a later lesson we'll go into more detailed way of how to make your drums sound good and quickly, and not spending lots and lots and lots of time on it.